Hi everyone and welcome to the devlog for my game As Time Surrenders, which is a still action game that I'm making. Don't forget to check all the links below and all that if you want to see my previous games. I got a bunch of stealth games there. And also want to shout out the artists that are working on this game. I got this freaking awesome model that Dude Guy 3D made, so go follow him. And then you're gonna see all the cool animations that Parametric Avocado make for me. Which are also incredible. They're inspired by Metal Gear Solid, so also follow them. But yeah, the first thing I worked on is locomotion, right? So the player movement. We've got the idle. You can walk. You can sneak. Got the usual, crouching, crouch, walk. And something that I really like are these crawl transition animations, so that you can smoothly transition from one movement state, one stance to the other. So you got so it's very responsive. It feels really nice to play. Other thing I did is add IK, which means like the feet will adapt to slopes, like you can see here, right? So they will adapt to the incline of that. Of course, we have the rolling. I'm gonna have diving there too. It's just not in yet, but rolling will help you. Like you can roll into guards and flip them, knock them out. Diving will help you, dive into prone so you can start crawling. Got a bunch of particles you can see on the feet, a little dust, different surfaces. So here's grass, got like gravel, dust. This is metal, yeah. Everything, water. They all work. Like if you're crawling, you got the water particles as well. So trying to make it really polished. I think this one has a lot of potentials, and it's gonna be like a really good game. What else? Oh, you can run, of course. That's something that MGSV added. That just it feels really nice when you're in combat or just like trying to escape the enemies. So I wanted to have it in there as well. Cover mechanics. You can lean against the wall. You can move to the sides. If you get to the edge, the camera automatically is gonna look to the side, so you can see around the corner, like if someone's coming. You can even zoom there, right, if you wanna see who's there. All good. Finally, we got Mantling. I wanted like navigation and moving around the level to feel really nice. Wanted that, so got all sorts of animations for jumping over obstacles. I think they need a little bit of polish, but they're there. So thank you very much, especially to my supporters on Patreon who are helping me make this game. If you want to see these devlogs earlier, go on Patreon and subscribe. Let's get into a little bit of the technical, just to show you quickly how I do these things. Yeah. The first thing is I like working with, let's see the stance, for example. Got a little hold or tap, but this is what I wanted to show you. I like working as a sort of state machine for the player. I got different states that the player can be in. Walking, and montage means when they're in an animation that should not be interrupted, like the rolling, for example. So that's it. I take control away from the player for a second so I can do the roll. Later I'm adding aiming, or when you're in cover, or if you're using called binoculars, but it's just the eye. You might have noticed that the character has that red eye, so you'll be able to use that for scouting and other things. So for example, stance, changing stance, how it works. You press it, and I check if you pressed it or you held it. Let's say you only tapped it, so it then checks, are you standing or in a montage or aiming? Let's say you're walking, and then what are you doing? You're standing, crouch. The character will crouch. You're crouching, check on crouch straight. It will check if you can stand and then on crouch. You're crawling and you tap. You want him to sit up, right? And so it'll play an animation and all that. That's sort of how it works. Similar, no? Sprinting. You press sprinting. It'll check. You can only sprint if you're walking. Check if you're walking, and then check the speed. And depending on the stance, it'll do a different thing. What else? Camera. What can I show you? Let's see. zooming, like I show you when you're in the corner, play a sound, it will like set the field of view to be narrow. When you release it, it does it back. Swapping shoulders, I didn't show you that, but that's like super standard thing you have to have. So then you press it and it checks what shoulder you have, and then just go the other one. Action, I haven't done much action except mantling, cover and rolling. Don't have a bunch of other stuff. You'll see it's gonna be really cool. What else? Got a bunch of juice here that I do on tick, just checking different states, and you know, it's got the camera shake, you know, for example, when you're running, that camera shake, that kind of stuff is the kind of stuff that I check on tick. And I also check some other stuff when you're in cover. For example, like I was saying, I check your state, you're in cover, and I'll be doing checks on the sides to see if I should move the camera to the sides if you the edge. That's it, right? So I've been working just on making sure the feeling of a player is just great. Like, it should be super responsive, turn around fast, crouch immediately, crawl immediately. Or if you're crawling, you want to start running, you can just, you know, quickly stand up. That kind of stuff, I think is the key for these games, right? Like, that's why everyone likes MGSV. It just feels perfect to playing. It's so responsive and like so fun. And so that's what I'm looking for here. Just a lot of what do you call it? Yeah, responsiveness. Yeah, just something that feels great to play. And then once I have that, which I feel like I have now, I'll move to working on the AI, right? So well, thank you for watching, and don't forget to check the links at the bottom and subscribe to the Patreon if you can. You get these videos earlier, and there's also a bunch of lore and other, you know, sneak peeks that not everyone gets. If you can't, don't worry, I'm still gonna be posting these, and you can follow me on Twitter or TikTok, and I'll be showing stuff there as well. So thank you very much.